So we made it. We're here at Atchison and in the beautiful McInteer Villa. And this is actually my second time investigating here.
Really?
But this is Charles's first.
This is my very first time, and while we're recording this, since we're recording this now, earlier we were having a little bit of activity.
We did.
While doing some walk around, and we're gonna do probably a live session here after a bit, maybe get some fun stuff in there. But I'm really excited to be here and to experience some things. We've already, like I said, we already kind of experienced some things already. Hopefully that'll make it. I guess the recording will, the sounds might, but we didn't have any videos, so you won't be able to see it. So. Yeah. Should we tell them?
Yeah, just go ahead and tell them what we experienced.
All right, so I was sitting in this room, and then I decided to get up and go into, the dining room?
Yeah.
And after I sat down in the dining room, we noticed a high-pitched sound, which was the REM pod going off in Goldie's chair. So that was very interesting. And we tried to duplicate it, make sure it wasn't like a temperature change from me moving from one room to the other. And I did that again. It didn't go off. It actually went off a little bit after I asked it to, can you please do that again? And a little while after that, it actually went off again. And it kept going off and on, while we were listening to the audio, trying to hear if there was any
When we were reviewing the
recordings.
audio.
Yeah, when we were reviewing the audio, it was actually going off again. So,
But earlier in the basement, we had a really interesting experience.
Before we even got to the basement.
Yeah. It started off on the way there.
Yeah.
Or actually on the way, we were going to go up to the attic.
Yes.
We're on the first floor heading to the back stairwell, and
Yes.
you felt what?
So as I went by where the curtain kind of is overhanging before the stairs, it felt like a weird spiderweb effect on the back of my arm. So I thought maybe it was like one of my long hairs or something. So I reached back, tried to see if there was any hairs there. There was nothing. I felt nothing. So that was interesting.
So we go up to the attic, come back down, we start going down to the basement, and I feel the spider web on my arm.
As soon as he opened the door to the basement, the spider web hit it. And immediately after he said that, I wanted to put my arm up there just to see if I could feel maybe it was like energy flow or something. And I felt nothing. So only he felt the spider web there.
Yeah. So as we started going down the stairs, I felt like it felt like a heavy pressure on the chest.
Yeah.
And I did say something to Charles. I was like, it does feel heavy.
Yes, you did.
And we walked all the way to the far end of the building.
When you get down to the steps, turn right.
To the far end of the building with a brick floor.
Yeah.
And I started feeling the spider webs on my left arm. And I told Charles, here, feel in this
So I started
area.
feeling around, and as I went up to feel, it felt like there was a static shock went through half of my hand. It was so weird. I could feel it all the way through my fingertips, down to the mid palm, I would say, of my hand, on both sides of my hand. It just felt like my entire half of my hand was engulfed in some sort of electricity current, is what I could explain. And I was trying to tell Dave, if you've ever played pranks on your friends with those weird little toys where it would send an electric shock if you touched the metal of it, that's kind of what it felt like, but not as intense where there was pain. But it honestly felt like I was touching a direct electric current. So I was just like, whoa, that's weird.
And there was a few subtle things that have happened that
Yeah.
we're just kind of shrugging off for the moment.
Yeah.
But nice just getting started.
What time is it now?
I think it's probably 8:30 now.
Almost 9.
Almost 9 now. And yeah, it should be getting dark now already too. So
it's dark. I think it's dark out there already. So things are about to turn up. I could feel it.
we're going to get started. And if you've been following, thank you. Don't forget to join us on Patreon,
Yes.
where you'll get additional footage of our investigation tonight. So head over to patreon.com/Boogeyman Radio. Sign up, become a patron member, and you'll get extra footage, additional footage. So
Yeah, it's going to be a great night. I'm very excited.
I think we're going to get this going.
Look forward to seeing you guys. Take care.
What happened? What just happened, Charles?
So Dave got up, and I just stood up, and the REM pod started going off in Goldie's chair.
Right, just a little bit after I shut off this camera. So
Literally.
Can you light that up again for us, please? I'm going to turn down our volume somewhat.
That was wild. After I talked about getting water and getting up, and I was like, yeah, I need to drink some water, and I got up, and it went off.
That's true. We were talking about you feeling a little ill.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because you were dehydrated a little bit. So, does he need to drink some water? Were you just kind of confirming that? Nothing.
It's like as soon as we get the electronics.
Like we turn stuff off and it's like, all right, let's do something.
Yeah.
All right. It says Charles. Maybe I'll just do this. Infrared.
There we go.
Charles.
Hello.
Myself. And whoever is up here with us. In case you're wondering, those are some dolls down there at the end. The nun has a couple cat balls in her lap. There's something downstairs there, buddy.
I heard something.
If you can hear the sound of my voice, could you come up to the second floor, please? I'll get out of the way of the stairs. There's some lights on the floor. I'm sure you can see those if you can. Would you be able to turn those lights off by touching the antenna on the devices?
Could you play with the dolls at the end of the hallway? Make one of them move?
We're going to hang out by this stairwell here.
I did not realize that they could connect all the way down.
Yep.
That's wild.
And just so you guys know, like the cat ball's in her lap. Do not go off if I beat the floor. So it's
Phrasing.
phrasing. So it's not going to be on my accord that they go off. I'm sure you hear voices all the time. You might not know where they are.
If you can hear us, don't be afraid. We mean you no harm. We just want to talk to you. Or anyone that would like to talk to us.
You are not crazy. Earlier we think we may have experienced you or felt you. If that was you, we'd like to hear you. We'd like to feel you again. If you can touch us or move something.
If you hear us out of thin air, we would also hear you out of thin air. So don't be afraid to talk, as we are not afraid to talk. We're out in the hallway. We'd really like to talk to someone. You know, it seemed like most of the activity was all downstairs.
It really did.
We're not getting anything up here.
I'd really like to leave a camera up here, but I mean, I could leave this camera up here.
Somebody forgot their GoPro.
Hey, I just felt
Vibration? Spiderweb?
not necessarily a spider web, but almost like a pressure on my forearm on the inside of it.
Interesting.
Like just on the inside of it right there.
Well, so much for not having activity.
Right? It's like, oh, no, we're here.
They're just observing us.
Yeah.
Are you just watching us? Trying to figure out where we're at?
You know what we could do? If you want to move to the basement and take the live down there, I can set this camera up over here to watch these.
Yeah.
So we have eyes.
We just wouldn't have audio.
Right. I mean, I can plug the mic in
So
for that.
you could technically keep a speaker or a microphone up here.
Or just leave these up here.
That works. Leave them on both ends of the hallway.
Yeah.
You hear that?
The breathing?
Yeah.
So you did hear the breathing?
Yeah.
I heard it when we were talking.
Interesting.
It was like a kind of. I wasn't going to say anything because I figured it was you.
I mean, I don't think it was me, but it's pretty clear what my breath sounds like.
Yeah. But you heard breathing too, though.
I did.
So.
Is there anybody in this house with us? We have a few devices going on in this room that can detect your presence. One device that will be able to hear you. What? One device that can detect hearing you. The two others can sense you getting really close.
A lot of stations coming through.
There are a lot of stations coming through.
Miss Isabel Altus. If you're here, can you please have a seat in your rocking chair, please? Just want to talk to you. There's a REM pod sitting in this chair. If you can light up those other lights that are on it by touching that antenna, getting really close to it. Can you do that? I'm not getting anything out of this stuff.
I'm not either.
Too many radio stations.
I agree. We're going to try running the Echo Box through the speaker real quick. See if we can get any answers. What?
No, I'm just hand gesturing.
Oh,
for the
okay.
camera.
So yeah, we're going to try through the speaker real quick. Unfortunately, there were just a lot of radio stations coming through. So it's damn near impossible to figure out if it's spirit, if it's radio, if there's even anything here or not.
So we're gonna scrap the SP7
Yeah.
right now.
We're gonna go with Echo Box, and Echo Box is on the phone. It's an ITC device app.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a device; it'd be an app. So
I would
I've
set your phone over here though.
close to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've had luck with it at other places, so we'll see if we can get something here. Okay.
REM pod is going off currently. Got the camera.
Well, not anymore.
Can you do that again? Do you not like being on camera?
I think so.
Are you camera shy? Look,
Of course, as soon as we stop the freaking SB7, not as soon as, but fairly after we stop the
I mean,
SB7.
you can't be too camera shy. You have that camera on you. Silly goose.
Hopefully this camera will see me.
You silly goose.
You silly little gooses. All right. Starting echo now. Is there anybody here with this?
Dude, it's
Literally on a dime. Let's go. Dude, what
the fuck?
Do it again.
Ah, gotcha.
Gotcha.
Can you light up more lights?
So,
Do it again.
Thank you. I know that wasn't comfortable for you. Haha.
Dude, what is happening?
yeah, top.
Are you turning those lights on? That was pretty good.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's personality, man.
That is personality.
Maybe her personality's coming through. And
Maybe. That's great.
it's beautiful.
All right. This is great.
Okay.
No.
What could be good? Literally, as soon as you turn your back. What is happening?
Wait.
No, what I was getting at was like the last time I was here, we didn't really have anything happen on camera at all.
I think it knows the difference.
I'm wondering if it's not a difference with the energy, because like going with the double slit experiment and the way that just by observing energy, you're changing its behavior. So was I affecting the way that the energy was being used by turning the camera on it, by observing it?
Maybe.
Because every time I put the camera on there, it would stop for even if it didn't completely stop, it would stop for a minute or a few seconds. But just instantly observing it, was I like spreading like this wand
Yeah.
of change to the energy?
Interesting. Like, how much did the camera actually go out, you know?
Yeah.
Can you feel the camera's energy?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Does the camera's energy hurt you?
we come from.
You come from energy, right?
Dimension? Who else is here?
Her. Me? Did you hear that? Is it, what's your name?
Matha?
Which room did you pass away in?
Upstairs? I heard up and then in my room. Alice Cooper? Did you hear it?
I did hear it.
You know who Alice Cooper is, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, he's good.
What do you like about Alice Cooper?
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody's ever played Alice Cooper in here.
Well,
You want to?
it's the first time for everything.
Do you want us to play you some Alice Cooper? We'd love it.
What?
What?
Well, looks like we gotta play some Alice Cooper.
Here you go.
Here's the song.
I know you're hungry. And here comes dinner.
All right, so we played Alice Cooper. What now? Did they just say thank you?
You're welcome.
So I woke up at 6, which is pretty normal for me to do throughout the night, and I was just on my phone, checking my phone, didn't want to make any noise, and he did, was still asleep. And I look up away from my phone, and there's one of the light-up balls on the table right in front of me on the, it's like a metal tray, and it's on a skeleton hand, and it just started lighting up. And so I thought, okay, maybe it's vibrations from like cars driving by, because these balls, they usually go off of vibration, just like the slightest touch or movement. Well, apparently that wasn't the case. Okay, so a little bit ago, I was just on my phone. I'm relaxing here on the couch. And I look up, and the balls of light are going off. Those balls of light sense vibration. So, if anything's touching the balls or the table, then it would be going off. So, I'm not really moving, I'm just stationary. And the balls keep flashing. So someone's moving the balls. Or touching the balls. I don't know what's happening, but they're going off, so it's really cool. Mind you, I've been up for a while, just kind of hanging out here on the couch. Probably for about 10, 15, 20 minutes. Those balls were not lighting up. They didn't start lighting up until shortly before I grabbed my phone and started recording. I'm almost 5 minutes into recording. And it's 6:34, sorry. That's my finger. I'm trying to cause more color. Like, I don't know why the room is so dark. Later on that morning, Dave came in and I told him about the experience, and he actually started kicking the table, hitting the tray, and nothing, like, it didn't go off at all.
So the cat ball's situated right there. The table's away from him.
Yeah, I'm right here on the couch. The table's away from me. I was not moving at all.
So if I'm over here, not even...
Like, the balls are not lighting up. That's pretty good movement. Now, touch it directly.
Hit the tray
Wow.
here.
Yeah. Wow, okay, so yeah, even though I said it sense vibration on the recording, apparently not. Like, even, I don't know what is happening. That's wild, dude. Like, he actually had to pick it up and move it. I swear that ball was lighting up, like, off and on at like 6 in the morning. I was very surprised. I thought those things were supposed to go off with the slightest movement, but apparently that's not the case. So it didn't go off until he finally actually picked the ball up off the table and it went off. Well, this ball, I would have to say it went off and on between like 5 to 6 minutes, but I was awake for 10 to 15 minutes on my phone doing nothing, like just going through, and the ball wasn't doing anything. And then all of a sudden it started lighting up out of nowhere. So I don't know what could have caused it. I didn't want to wake Dave up, so I just went ahead and started recording the happenings. So it was very, very interesting.